I want to start this video with a little quiz for you. Let's say you're on support and your team is running the standard 2-2-2 and you're in the middle of a fight. You don't have your ult, but every single one of your teammates has just hit critical HP. Who is the first person you heal? Well, the technically correct answer to this is it really depends, but the majority of the time, the answer is your other support. If you think I'm wrong, you may be unintentionally throwing completely winnable matches. Hear me out. Have you ever heard the idea of put your own mask on first? It refers to putting your own oxygen mask on before helping anyone else in the event an airplane is having some issues. There's actually a few reasons for this, but the primary idea is that you can't really help others if there's nobody to help you, so you should help yourself first. If you think this is actually contradicting what I was just saying about healing the other strategist first, you're looking at things wrong. The other strategist is your mask. Look at it like this. If you get low, or get dove, which one of your teammates is going to be the best at saving your life? The answer is the other support. What's more, if your entire team gets low, do you know what can happen if you keep the other support healed up? They can focus on healing the rest of the team, while you focus on healing them. And once they're in a safe spot, you can use the double healing output you've secured to heal the team up much faster with their help. Your target priority as support should start with your other support. Who am I to say this though? Just some random plat, right? Wrong, I'm Eternity. But around these parts, we recognize that rank doesn't have any bearing on whether your argument is right or wrong. So if you're here to rank shame, not only are you unintelligent, but you just can't. Womp womp. But back to the subject of supports supporting other supports, if your most important target for healing is your support partner, why then do people get so toxic and loud about healing stats and support gaps even within their own team? Do you want the number one most reliable way to be the good healer on your team with both less deaths and more healing stats? Ignore the other support completely. Are they getting dove? Their problem. Are they low? Gosh, they better hide if they want any of those juicy healing stats off your tank. Do they have their ult? Who cares? Throw yours out as often as you possibly can, and if you can, just demand in chat that you defensive ult first, regardless of whether or not you build yours faster. Do you already have your ult while the other support doesn't have theirs, and there's some free ult charge on the tank between fights? Take all of it! It's your healing, not theirs! And if your team desperately needs help, but you'd have to put yourself in a tiny bit of danger, just don't! Let them die and end the game with the lowest deaths. You didn't actually lose because the stats say you did well, right? That's why they call you the SVP Queen. Slay. Really quickly, please do like and subscribe. It really helps me to see Oink again sooner. And join the channel if you can, it really helps a ton. Also, comments help. Genuinely, thank you a lot. Okay, let's keep going. Okay, I got a bit carried away there, but let's focus in on the general idea I posited at the beginning. If your number one priority when healing is to keep the other support up, why on earth do so many players pretend like the good support is just whichever one has the most healing and least deaths? Yes, I can see this being important if your teammate is either just DPSing without ever healing, or if they're frontlining as Adam Warlock. Yes, this is something I had happen in a Celestial match, but I think in most cases where players are all playing properly and doing well, the most baffling phenomenon I can see is supports completely ignoring their support teammate, only to then stat shame them at the end of the game for having more deaths and less healing. Before I get more bizarre comments saying, "This doesn't happen at high ranks," I was seeing this kind of shit on the regular in high Grandmaster games. That should not be happening anywhere near that rank, but I genuinely wouldn't be surprised if I even saw it in Celestial or Eternity. because Scoreboard Stevens are still at these ranks. Part of that is the ranked being broken issue. Watch my videos on that for more on that subject. But the biggest issue here is that people look to the scoreboard as some sort of infallible data set of facts, when they don't realize those are cherry-picked numbers that hold little bearing on actually assessing how well you're playing during the match. Yes, they're all facts, but the way people interpret those facts in every rank, almost every single time, is absolutely mental. For support in particular, this is the most evident, as it's really easy for a support to play selfishly and let their support partner fall behind, even if unintentionally, and to have the scoreboard 100% tell them that they're in the right for this blunder. You can legit throw this way and feel validated by the scoreboard. I think that strategist, more than any other role actually, is an absolutely co-op endeavor that requires you both work together well. Have you ever really stopped to think about those matches where the enemy supports seemed absolutely unkillable? Ever ran a brawl or dive where you targeted the supports and they just refused to get KO'd? If you really stop and think about it, what specifically were they doing? I bet you 99% of the time, they were just absolutely focusing all of their attention possible on each other. And because you had invested so many resources into killing the unkillable supports, the enemy tanks and duelists had all of the time and space they needed to pick your team apart at the seams. The scariest kind of strategist is not a strategist with high healing and low deaths. The scariest kind of strategist is a strategist who refuses to let you kill the other strategist. Obviously, this can apply to other characters, and in some way to any role or any character even. Peel is always a strong part of this game, but this is just a particular place where we can specifically see this being more prominent than anywhere else. That's why it's so baffling to me when people type in the comments that deaths are the most important stat. I do 100% think that just throwing your soft, shitty body at the point and spamming the need healing button as you die on cooldown makes you a little troll person with the brain the size of a pea, and I was never condoning those 0 and 20 players on your team. I can't believe I have so many brain rot comments about specifically this scenario when I already addressed it. But just looking at the death stat, or healing, or whatever stat after your matches, and trying to judge your play and others' play specifically off of these things, rather than the actual context of the match, is 100% holding you back if you do this. Learning and growing in Marvel Rivals does require reflection, both on your and others' play, but that isn't done through the scoreboard. In my first ever Marvel Rivals video, I said that the scoreboard is a trap for bad players, and I 100% stand by that statement. Players who look to the scoreboard for answers aren't bad because their ranks are low, it's specifically because they're falling into a trap of thinking the scoreboard has the answers. With some work, the scoreboard could be incredibly useful, like light years ahead of what it is now. And if you'd like to see me talk more about that, watch this video about the scoreboard if you haven't already. If you think I should make an individual video about improving the scoreboard specifically though, more in-depth, let me know in the comments. In the meantime, focus on learning more about the game. Actually, if you'd like me to make some videos about improving at the game, let me know that too, because I've been really considering making that kind of content. I am an Eternity player, and I have the aim and mechanical skill of a little mole man with a cane. If I can do it, I can certainly teach you how. It's just about understanding the game, and that's what I do best. Okay, thank you so much for watching. Please do like, subscribe, and join the channel if you can. And send this video to your friends or Discords, and rewatch it, and all of that. It helps me see Oink and Marie again sooner, so I can't thank you enough. Thank you big time to my patrons, Cammy and James, and to my channel member, Archduke. You all mean the world to me. Oh hey, and please join the Discord if you want to be a part of our little community. We're actually starting to talk about stuff more often, and people keep mentioning subscriber games, so if If you want to do some like in-house stuff, go into there. Okay, friends, bye! Say bye, Oink.